everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be going over my September TBR. I thought this month I would leave it up to chance, and I asked my partner to pick 10 books from my shelves. I showed him the books that I'd already read, so he knew which ones not to go to. I didn't otherwise give him any hints as to what I wanted to read. I did watch him and I thought it was quite interesting what he did pick. He didn't give any reason to picking them. It literally is just based on the cover or the title of the book. Let's go straight into it because I think some of the ones that he picked I am excited about. Some of them I would have probably not read it this month, but you know, we will see how much I can get through. I think there were only a couple books from my August TBR that I didn't get through, which is fine, and I'm still sort of technically kind of reading them, but I kind of shelved them at the moment because I have too much going on. Alright, so the first one here is actually Ripe. This is a brand new novel and I just got this book a few days ago. This is by Sarah Rose Etter. It seems to be kind of an eerie novel. She is trapped in a corporate nightmare. She has like this black hole that is her constant companion and following her all the time. I'm not entirely sure. I don't want to give away too much about what this book is about. When I start reading it, I will obviously talk about it. So he did pick this, I think just because it was a small book. That's what he said to me and I was like, oh, okay. Okay, next up, I did end up getting, as I told you, the rest of the Dreamland Billionaire series, and I had put them in order on my shelf. And you want to say hello? Hello. I had put them in order on my shelf, and so he actually picked this one, which is the first book. You don't have to read them in order, and I know that, but I wanted to. So this is a fine print by Lauren Asher. So we basically follow Rowan and Zara, and Rowan needs to renovate the Dreamland park, like the theme park, and he hires Zara. But you know, then he falls for her, whatever. I don't know. It's just one of those romance books that should be easy to read. And then I'm so happy he picked this one. I really wanted to start reading some horror books or some like spooky books, and he grabbed Echo from Thomas Old Hoovet, which I purposely bought to read either in September or October. So I'm very excited to try this one out. And it's basically about a mountaineer and a journalist. He ends up going and climbing a mountain with his friend, and then he ends up in the hospital, and he remembers there was these weird sounds and something weird going on, and his friends disappeared. So I don't know, I think that's all I kind of know about it, but I'm very excited to start reading this because I do really want to start getting into horror. Okay, this one I'm not so interested in reading. I don't know why I bought this book, because ever since I bought it I've just not wanted to read it, and it is this The Prophet and the Idiot by Jonah Jonasson. Maybe this is a book that I will really enjoy. I think I just have to be in the mood to read this type of book, so maybe I'll start reading this sooner than later, because I think by the time we get to like midway point or like fully into September, I don't think I'm really going to want to read this. So I think this is going to be one of those books where I'm just have to be in a lighter mood. It's like satirical, but having said that, I might really love this book. So I don't know, but he's picked this book. It's basically about the end of the world, but you know, we'll see what it's like. I'm expecting it to be silly. And then he picked There's No Such Thing as an Easy Job, because he always says I'm a lazy person and I don't like, I try to do the bare minimum, not in my job, but like, you know, maybe house chores and things like that. So, you know, he was a little dig at me when he grabbed this book, but it's fine. This is by Kikuko Sumura. And yeah, I'm excited to read this. I think it's going to be a nice book. I do think it's going to be a nice little cozy book. And I don't know, these types of books where, you know, it's about loneliness, isolation. This one's a little bit different though, I think, because she's basically sent to an office building when she's tasked to watch a hidden camera feed of an author suspecting of story contraband goods. I don't know, it's kind of weird. He picked The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods, which I believe is kind of a love story. I'm not entirely sure. And then this one, I'm excited that he pulled it because I kind of want to get stuck in. I just wish it wasn't so big, which is The Serpent, the Wing, and of the Night. The Serpent and the Wings of the Night. There, by Carissa Broadbent. He had no idea it was about vampires or anything like that, or fantasy romance, but I'm excited that he pulled it. I gave a little smile, like, oh, okay. You know, because I do actually want to start reading that one. All right, then he picked up Bob Mortimer, The Satsuma Complex, which, again, it's about this guy who meets a girl, and then the girl goes missing or something, or his friend goes missing, somebody goes missing, and it's just one of these, like, I don't know, I think it's another fun little read. This is really short. This is less than 300 pages, so I could probably get through this pretty fast, and I'm excited to read this. Then he picked Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Zulin Tan, which I believe he picked for the cover because he loves cherry blossoms like me, and he loves, like, just, you know, anything like this. So yeah, I don't think he knew what this was about at all. He didn't really, like, look at the, as I said, he didn't even read the blurbs or anything or ask me questions. He literally just grabbed the book, looked at it, and put it in a bio. So, you know, not much enthusiasm there, but I wasn't surprised that he picked this one just based on what it looks like. I'm excited to read this. Again, there's a second book, so if I like this one, I will pick up the second book. And yeah, there's quite a lot of fantasy in here, which I'm not a true fantasy romance reader, so it's gonna be, I think, tricky for me to get into the worlds because I'm not attuned to doing that, but I'm excited. And then the last book that he picked, which I'm very excited about as well, he picked some books that I definitely did want to read this month, which is 12 Nights of Rotherhouse by J.W. Ocker. So I'm going to be reading this, and this is exciting. This is definitely more like a horror spooky one. Hopefully it doesn't disappoint because I have heard mixed reviews on it. It's, again, a short book, less than 300 pages. So I've got about three smaller books, and then the rest of them are pretty average, and then maybe one or two heftier books. But yeah, I'm excited. So that is my September TBR, and you know, there's a few iffy ones where I wouldn't necessarily have picked them for this month. Like, I wouldn't have picked the Satsuma Complex for this month, or the How to, what is this? There's No Such Thing as an Easy Job. I probably wouldn't have picked that this month, or The Prophet and the Idiot, but they might be good sort of distractions from the rest of the books I'm reading. So if they're like quite heavy, like story driven and plot driven, or if there's quite a lot of world building that I need to understand, then that will be difficult for me. But I'm very, very excited about Echo. And, you know, there is some like little, there's like little romance books in here as well. And yeah, this one I'm not sure what to expect, but I'm excited about it. It's just, I think it's just released. And I think it's a debut. I'm not entirely sure, but it was a brand new book, and yeah, it was pretty pricey for what it is, because considering it doesn't have many pages, but I'm excited to read it as well. So yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in another video. Take care. Bye.